You going to make a habit of busting into my room? No harm done. For a minute, My wife, Ada. There's a chance. Thing is, I can't... What? I'll pay you whatever you want. Just... Any chance you've heard some word of...
Ulgokili botmalia nuis. Jijiskabule, tapicayubon, yunbe, bograkinun chubagrat wikili joni. Jijiskabule, tapicayubon, yunbela, chopitiman ponjame. Sashange beduana mulera chupawanga una konti watagri tokjimulira nich Ulga kili botmaleano botm
Is there? Must be hearing things. But for a moment. Yes, General?
I am able to serve if we enter battle. I have not heard that question in some time. The scars are many and the cause is equally so.
Yes? Have you come? That crystal is bonded to you, through you. Let me focus on the crystal. There. Now it is fully in. Is there something else? He, if he can truly be called a man any longer, is one of the Dark Lords that pursues you. I do not think he knows what you are. Not yet. He spared the Miraluka, and that may have been the last shred of feeling that exists within him. Keep his slave close to you. I suspect there was a reason he spared her, and perhaps a reason that she survived when the rest of her people and the Jedi did not. Entertain what illusions you will. I am too tired to argue them with you. One cannot have power of that magnitude that her master possesses and still think and perceive the universe as we. I had hoped that you would not have to confront him, but her presence here has changed. You must be prepared to sacrifice the blinded one. Perhaps her death will buy you the time you need to deal with her master. It is a technique that is almost as old as the Sith themselves. It is a means of severing connections. It cannot be taught. It can only be gained through... Yes, and he fed upon its destruction. Power? Do you think so? You would be wrong. There is no strength in the hunger he possesses, and the will behind his power, and it devours him as he devours others. His mere presence kills all around him, slowly feeding him. He is... Nothing is impossible with the Force. It is an energy, and like energy, it may be harnessed, channeled, and consumed at times. It may... Do not think of his power as one would a weapon, or one of your... The sect of assassins that chase you feed on the Force. What he does is simply the pinnacle of what they could achieve in time. And that is why they and their techniques must be wiped out. No one again must experience and learn what her master did. As much as one may use the Force to bolster the wills and strengths of others, the reverse is possible, though not often used. Instead of sending one's will through connections in the Force, instead such connections are drawn upon, fed upon. Then you understand how terrible such a power is. It is an empty road to the dark side, and by traveling, he is a breach in the Force, capable of consuming the lives of those.
Diagnostic. HK-47 activated. Running checks through primary systems. Assessment. It appears I have suffered considerable damage and dismemberment. I can feel all the cracks in my motivators. And my central control cluster seems to have taken several repeated blaster shots at close range. How crude. Answer. It seems you would know more than I. My memory centers are reflection. Of course, for some reason, that does not alarm me. I suspect I have suffered. Still, the loss of my higher combat and assassination protocols is shameful and degrading. Answer. I do not know, Master. It is curious that I was here. Extrapolation. Perhaps someone was already in the process of rebuilding me. It may be I was needed for some task. Answer. Oh, that is impossible, Master. If I were out to kill you, and regardless, I am a unique model. Why, to think that there would be... Statement. Master, I must inform you that your attempts at humor are wasted on a droid such as I. As I have... Resignation. Very well, Master. If you persist in your attempts at humor, I shall indulge you. Let me... Conclusion. You speak the truth. This is... mockery. Am I all... Statement. I mean, I've only just been reactivated, only to find that there are substandard duplicates of me running all over the galaxy, corroding. But if they are in fact hunting you, then I look forward to the opportunity to meet these units and educate them in proper... Conclusion. So it seems I need you, for the time. Answer. It seems you would know more than reflection. Still, the loss... Recitation. Yes, as I said, I am an assassin droid. It is... Oh, how I hate... Answer. Well, I am not certain I like the idea of a master who feels reservation. In fact, it brings with it a certain sense of dread. Answer. Yes, Master.
Yeah, something wrong? Go ahead and ask. It's all this traveling, being trapped in the ship. Everything's... I'd rather be doing something, somewhere with people, activity, some life. Look, before we get into a game of guess the Pazak card, pull back on the throttle. I don't know you that well to start sharing our life stories. Talk. Why, you trying to be my mother? No thanks, already had one. Somewhere. No thanks. I didn't need friends on Nar Shaddaa, and I don't need them now. Go ahead and ask. Anhar's only a bounty hunter because that's the closest word for what he does. He's not out for credits. It's more vicious. It's like he's out to make the whole galaxy suffer. Every living thing in it. He wants to break them, ruin them. I didn't kill him once. Biggest mistake ever. That's a long story. I don't want to get into it. Talk.
Yes? Is something wrong? Not at the moment. I think we have enough to heal an army. Of course. Not much remains of the Jedi. There are so many histories, relics, holocrons that speak of their teachings. Because I fear that unless the Jedi teachings are preserved, we will lose the galaxy. And because, whatever my feelings for the Order, they do not extend to No, not their lore, their histories, but their masters, their teachers, perhaps. I have tried to keep an open mind about their practices, but I have seen the Republic scarred too many times by their students. That is a truth I cannot deny. It is sometimes difficult to... But I will consider what you have said. There is another... I'm trying to save the Republic. Dantooine and the Despite the troubles of the Jedi Civil War, There are those among the Republic, and there are admirals within the fleet, who recognize that the Jedi must. Yet as long as Onderon remains within the Republic, and the efforts on Telos succeed, the Republic is fragile right now. Telos is important because its success will... If Telos is rebuilt and made habitable again, it will affect a string of worlds along the Rim. Onderon, strangely enough, was unaffected by the Jedi Civil War. It's almost as if Revan didn't want to attack it. Its resources and position on the Rim make it a vital supply line and guard post against Outer Rim attacks. Also, it's the only world in the Republic still capable of seeding ecosystems into other dead worlds. Onderon's wildlife is some of the most aggressive in the known galaxy. Merely placing some of those beasts on target worlds will guarantee their habitation for years to come. The Jedi Civil War brought much suffering to the galaxy, and the forces that Malak and Revan amassed against us seemed limitless. Many worlds were destroyed, trade routes disrupted, and the Republic fleet was almost decimated. While it is said that Revan and several Republic heroes and Jedi defeated Malak, in many ways Malak had already won. The war was costly, and it shattered the Republic. In time, the Republic might recover, but if a threat strikes now, if certain key worlds are not held, then the Republic... That is my thought. The Republic is not without its flaws, but it is preferable to... Without supply lines and a standing military, the chaos that would result would be greater than the Mandal... There are many factors. Aside from protecting Telos and Onderon, we need a rallying force. We need the Jedi. That is why I traveled to Dantooine, to find some trace of...
Yes. Is there something you have come to offer me? The fact we are even having a conversation is gratitude. Usually, my conversations do not have the give and take that our current... And of course, there is much more screaming on the part of the listener when the torture field is active. I am willing to indulge some of your... There are several factors. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy. Either the destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lives. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. I am not unsympathetic to such greed. For every system you stabilize, I will reward you for your effort. See that you do not disappoint.
Something up? All right. What did you... It's another story, and it's nothing I feel like...
Is there some... Query, is there someone...
Tuflatan. Sian kelfa vani. Tuflatan kelfa. Hoi. Sian kelfa vani. Tuflatan.
Tonos emereki loka kamaran endosoran no chabi. Durantamana sobu.
Maybe it's time I headed forward. Things out here on the rim are getting too dangerous.
Tonos emerekith. Wanarakorachi drumta. Tonos emerekith. Wanarakorachi. Tonos emerekith. Wanarako.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayay.
HK-47, I did not realize that you still existed, especially now that the other generations are activated.
Query, what is it you wish, Fat One?
I see that your recent reassembly has not affected your behavior core, nor your attitude.
Statement. If I require a similar diagnostic in the future, I shall seek out the Iridonian.
Oh, I do not think so. There is much work that needs to be done for...
Statement. My memory core has suffered some damage. Statement. Yet somehow, a gap in my circuits makes me feel as if I should remember you. Statement. This is all the more important since during my routine inspection of all potential escape routes from this vessel, I made an interesting discovery. Observation. The navicomputer is voice-locked. As a consequence, you are now responsible for course corrections and astrogation. Statement. That is indeed a great burden. It also Query. Why would someone lock the navicomputer? Answer. Presumably to hide where one has been. Statement. I believe this ship has been somewhere. Somewhere you wish to keep hidden. Query, is there... Statement. Statement. Very well, Master. But if you wish to be brutal and vicious about... Statement. Master, I am no bit... Very well. Ask your questions. Query. Indeed, I was unaware. Statement. Yes, I heard it... Statement. I suppose so, Master. But I would need to know who voice locked. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's astrogation abilities for the time being. It is a very loyal and dependable droid. Statement. Theory. Well, Master, I believe I was shot repeatedly. Once reduced. Statement. I am an extremely valuable piece of equipment after all, Master. My parts were no doubt costly to a... Statement. There is no need to hide your embarrassment over the high price I commanded, Master. I will be worth every credit, despite my apparent memory damage. Regardless, please bear in mind that I am...
Well, this is Onderon. It looks like there's a long line to get into the ISIS starport.
Something feels wrong here. A great disturbance here in orbit, and again on the planets below.
I guess this blockade is a symptom of larger problems on Onderon.
If they decide to do a cargo search, we're gonna be in trouble.
Looks like we're about to find out. I'm receiving a message from some Colonel Tobin. Patching it through.
The Ebon Hawk. I was told to expect your arrival. I don't know your business on Onderon, but it ends here.
We've taken some hits. We can try to fight back, or I can outrun them and hide us on the jungle moon nearby. It's your call. I can't keep us in one piece much longer. Sorry to spoil your fun, but we've got to land now. I'm gonna put us down on that jungle moon.
You know, just once I wish someone was glad to see us. But no, if it isn't weapons pointed at our heads, it's someone trying to blast us out of the sky.
It's taken a little damage, nothing too serious. I'm shutting down all unnecessary systems until we make repairs. Looks like one of the moons of Onderon. Not sure which one. I did pick up the remains of an old outpost near here. Maybe that's why there's all these clearings around. Maybe they were once settlements.
There were no settlements here. Those clearings were most likely once craters or crash sites.
Crash sites?
This is Duxon, where the Mandalorians began their crusade against the Republic. The remains of whatever outposts you detected here are military ones. We should be careful.
This is where the Mandalorian Wars started? This doesn't look like much of a battlefield.
Much is buried here, and there is much that should remain buried.
Until the ship is repaired, we're not going anywhere. Unless you can find another route to Onderon, we should sit tight.
There may be a means to get to Onderon by another route. We should explore our surroundings.
Something? Oh, there's something here, all right. Predators. Not small flit darters, but big meat.
Nevertheless, we should explore our surroundings. And that nearby...
Well, if you go, be careful. No telling what other ships were...
I have a feeling the ship will not be repaired until our business here is concluded.
Yeah. I understand.
This is where the Mandalorian Wars began. She fought here once.
She fought here? Why didn't she say anything?
Do you speak of all your battles? Or
Yeah, something wrong? You thinking what I'm thinking? These jungles are filled with long, narrow paths, dumb beasts that just keep... This place is perfect for mines. If the carcasses were worth anything, you could make a fortune.
Fighting just ended. That Colonel Tobin stirred up a Minox nest when he took a shot at us. I'm still working on the repairs, and I have to take down some systems, including sensors. So you have to do without me for a while. I know, you're crushed.
Donos emerekith, wanara gorachi drunka sa inchogin sasha, dosimana rachata, naranamosim wendasarans, crema sukun ratungala, chawi moju. Febko emeream da watasitu insula rakarakachata. Donos emerekith, wanara gorachi drunka sa inchogin sasha. Donos emerekith, Wanarakora chi drumka, donos imaragith. Wanarakora chi drumka sa inchobin sa. Mababe want to susintu karata. To estricto natatabe. Ranamosibu and Dasarans. Krema sukunrat. Loka kamaran and dosoran with no chabi.